gang, we're live once again, joining you here in Liberty Hall. This is the Jim Master Show Live, entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series. How's your day going? Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning in from all around the globe. We hear from all points of the globe, folks here in the United States, where the show comes from. We hear from fans in Canada, Mexico, all throughout North America, South America, across the big pond in beautiful Europe, and Asia and Africa, Australia, New Zealand. Wherever you're watching live, or if you watch this later in the archives, it's really cool and fantastic to have you here. This is our entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series, and we have so many great guests, celebrity friends who stop by, surprise us with their talent, amazing, warm, deep, inspiring conversations, lots of surprises. Again, the show is live. We do these shows live, so anything can happen. As a matter of fact, with the guest we have coming right now, live and direct from Las Vegas, you better believe it. It's going to be our very special guest, April Brucker. However, a few other celebrity friends may be stopping by as well. Just a little teaser, just a little hint. Hey, if you want to participate and be interactive, you can comment in our JMS Liberty Hall chat room. I mentioned that just so there's new viewers, lots of new viewers, thousands of subscribers joining us. We welcome you all and thank you for all the love and support of JMS and our cool show, the Jim Master Show Live. You can comment in the Liberty Hall chat room as well when you subscribe to the YouTube channel. All kinds of good stuff. We just make it easy for you to sit back, relax, have a good time with us, and enjoy the guests like April Brucker. She's here, and she has some friends stopping by as well. And before I even talk about her incredible background, let me show you some clips. We have a nice little quick thing we're going to show you here. She has been dubbed the Ventriloquism Vixen. Yes, we're going to find out why by the Las Vegas Review-Journal. She is an American actress, comedienne, television personality. Her credits include Entertainment Tonight, Inside Edition. She's been on Judge Jerry. She's been on The Layover on the Travel Channel. She was on the series My Strange Addiction on TLC, The Today Show on NBC, Videos After Dark on ABC. She's been a guest on The Wendy Williams Show, What's My Secret on MTV, the series What Would You Do on ABC with John Quinones, and many other network, cable, and international television shows and more. She grew up in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, spent more than a decade living and acting, performing in New York City at cabarets like Don't Tell Mama, the Duplex, the Metropolitan Room, comedy clubs like the Broadway Comedy Club, New York Comedy Club, Standup New York, off-Broadway shows too, Murdered by the Mob, New York's longest-running dinner theater production. In Vegas, she has performed at the Notoriety Theater, Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino, and in a 9-month engagement as the special guest star in the classic Vegas showgirl revue, BurlesQ, and is the host of April in Vegas as well. We're going to talk about all of that. She has a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in acting from New York University's Tisch School and was awarded a Master of Fine Arts degree in creative writing and screenwriting as well. So we're excited about that. Just the short list, folks. You see her on the screen. She's got a special friend she's holding there on the screen. But take a look at this. Few clips of her doing her thing. And then she's going to join us live from Las Vegas on the Jim Master Show. Take a look at this.
Not only are you fabulous, you're no bigger in a second, and you're adorable.
Oh,
and
thank you so much. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce April Brucker.
Hello, Las Vegas. Mwah. We were supposed to meet today. We had been waiting for you.
What? Not crazy, huh?
Come on, Ron. Come on, Ron. Come on, Ron. Come on, Ron.
Come on, Ron.
Anyway, Ron, before we go up, I have to tell you, the wedding with Deshaun is on again. Actually, April, he canceled it. What? He canceled it while you were in the can. What? That no good dirtbag. Hey, homeless lady, could I get you something like self-respect or work ethic?
It doesn't take long for this native New Yorker to speak up.
Hey, homeless lady, now you can take being a failure off your bucket list. You've already done it. Hey, man, it's not me. It's her. It's her. No, it's her. It's her.
Okay, when the cops come, they're going to arrest both of you. How about that?
Say it with me, Steve. Great.
Great. Let's try it again. Right, 1, 2, 3.
Great. And so,
I would prefer tremendous.
If a word is misspelled in the dictionary, how would we ever know? That's the third hand on the watch, called the second hand. Why do we say something's out of whack? What is whack?
And Gary, but I will say that it's been a while, but you are still as handsome as ever.
Verdict for the plaintiff.
Back when he was institutionalized, he made a connection with astro travel.
We need to call Robert Stack because your family's an unsolved mystery.
And didn't Elliot Ness do a great job of playing him in the TV series?
You're going to want to wheel in Grandpa to see this one. Through the intensive research we do for this show, we were able to determine that while watching this video, young men we showed it to could remember every single thing about this clip, except they could not recall the color of the towel. Strong move. You can't fault her folding. April will be back with us next week wearing a washcloth. Let's get to the legal case now. Yeah, here's the thing. April, you're very talented.
Just a little sampling of her incredible talent. And that is just a little clip of the many things that she's done. April, welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Jim. And it's great to be here. As a matter of fact, if you ever want to move in and be my self-esteem, you can do it, because that was a great intro. You should just intro me everywhere. I should take you on the road.
I appreciate that. Your mother faxed it to me and she said, you better read it from verbatim.
That's something my mom would do. And she's probably either watching now or watch later. So if you're watching, hi, Mom, I love you.
Hi to Mom in Pittsburgh, right?
Right. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Mom in Pittsburgh, they've been getting some cold weather. They've been getting some snow, but Mom's been making the best of it. But I love Pittsburgh. I'm sad we didn't make the Super Bowl. The Steelers could have played a little better at the end, right. But what are you going to do?
You are not only a phenomenal, one of America's most foremost ventriloquists, but also a terrific comedian as well. You're a published author. We'll talk about that in just a second as well. You've been on so many of the shows, the talk shows, the entertainment shows. You've, headlined in Vegas, traveled, toured. How did it all get started for you back home in Pennsylvania? Do you have a family of entertainers, or what sparked the interest for you, April?
Well, you see, growing up, I'm actually from a family where we have some entertainers. I actually have a cousin who danced with New York City Ballet for a great many years. And my grandma was, and this is my mom's mom, I miss you, Noni. She was an amateur actress. So, and my mom was always really funny. As a matter of fact, my mom still cracks me up. But anyway, I was a really shy, weird kid. I could not, they could not get me to talk to save my life. So when I was in middle school, I was going through the really awkward phase, and my parents were educators, so I wasn't allowed to watch TV on weeknights, and we didn't have cable, and my mother picked out my clothes, which made me really popular. Not so. Anyway, when my brother was in middle school, because I'm right outside of Pittsburgh in rural Pennsylvania, he played football, and in order to get the local sports channel, you had to get cable, and so if you got one channel, you got 40. And my dad only wanted one. So after fighting with the cable company for over an hour, we were forced to get cable, which meant I could watch MTV. So I was happy. So anyway, fast forward. One Friday night after one of my brother's football games, we're watching the scores. And with all these new channels, we had several channels of commercials. And my dad hated commercials more than he hated getting cable. So we're changing the channels, and we come across a special. It's an Edgar Bergen tribute. Oh, yeah. And all the big name ventriloquists are there. Ron Lucas is there, and he answered a fan letter that I wrote to him that year. That's another story. Jeff Dunham was there, Nina Conti. And so all my family members tried to talk like ventriloquists. And because I have my great-grandmother's sideways Irish smile, I was the only one that could do it. So that Christmas, my mother got me a Groucho Marx figure under the tree.
Really? That's cool, huh? I had the Charlie McCarthy doll when I was a kid. And I love ventriloquism. I always have.
Thank you.
And it was a really cool, it was a fabulous Christmas gift. And we were visiting our relatives up in New England. So we're riding back home to New York, and we're in the back seat, and we're playing with some of our toys in the back seat while our folks are they're in the front seat. And my sister and I were playing with the Charlie McCarthy doll. I was all excited. I only had him like for a couple of weeks. And, this was the one where you put your hand up in the back behind the jacket and you pull the string and then the mouth would open and close.
Yep, a Juro doll. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And she pulled a little too hard on the string. His mouth busted and was stuck open. Now, once as you know, once a ventriloquist doll's mouth breaks, that's it. And that was the end of him.
That's what basically that's what my dad would say. That's it, Fort Pitt. But my mom, and this is actually reminding me of this, years and years and years before I was even born, she was a Girl Scout. And my mom was literally the queen of water safety. She was a competitive swimmer. And she wanted to teach water safety to campers. So I had an aunt who was a seamstress, a great aunt, and there was a Jerry Mahoney doll lying around the house. And so they glued a wig on it, glued a wig on Jerry. She became Geraldine. And then they put a Girl Scout uniform on her. And my mom used her to teach water safety.
Mm.
And then my mom used her to tell stories by the campfire. I mean, she wasn't a ventriloquist, but this was a hit. And anyway, this particular young, puppet is lurking in her attic at home. She's retired. She's reclusive.
Yeah. Keeps to herself, right?
She keeps to herself, does not do public appearances, made the Catalina Gazette. That was it.
You mentioned the very first sort of doll you got was a George Burns doll, huh?
Groucho Marx, but George Burns was also available in the same catalog. I love George Burns. I love Gracie Allen.
Yeah.
As you can see by the way I tell a story, I'm a little Gracie. I'm a little, but
yes,
that was part of her charm.
That's exactly right. And Mr. George Burns knows that and concurs because there he is. This was my Aunt Lillian's, one of my mother's sisters, and she collected dolls, and she had the George Burns doll. He's all outfitted in his tux, and there's his feet. Yeah, and collectible. We even still have the collectible thing on it. He's not even supposed to be out. He's supposed to be wrapped and everything. He's got the glasses too, but we have the glasses off tonight. But he says hello to you in Vegas. He performed in Vegas lots over the years, and he concurs. He confirmed all the stories that you've told thus far as real. With love from George.
Good. And all my stories are real. Just so you know, everybody, all my stories are real. And what George doesn't know is that I have somebody that wants to meet him to further her career.
Really?
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Drum roll, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, May Wilson.
Oh my God, look at that. Wow.
Hello.
Oh,
you might recognize me from the promo because I'm a star.
So May, tell these folks how we met.
We're roommates and we met on Craigslist, where of course all the good things happen.
George says hello. George says you're looking ravishing in red this evening.
Thank you, George. And so, George, how old are you now?
Oh, George, now I think, George, how old are you? Oh, what is he, 150 now, I think, or something?
You know what? That's the perfect age for me, 150. Because if you're old, you can't remember anything, and I can spend your money. May, but money can't buy you love. But it can buy me a house, a car, and a lot of diamonds.
So how did May become part of the family? When did that all happen for you, April?
Well, May became a part of the family because May, tell them your secret.
Well, my secret is, I guess I'm really hot now because I used to be a guy. That's right. My name used to be Charlie McCarthy.
Yes, that's true. May Wilson is... Initially, my sister had a Charlie McCarthy doll, and she got it around the same time I got my Groucho Marx that she wasn't using. So my mother said to me, April, you need a character that looks like you. So my great aunt Helen, God bless her, great seamstress, she's 100 years old now. She put a wig on Charlie McCarthy, did the makeup, and made Mae Wilson. And Mae Wilson is a combination of two people. The first is a girl that used to pick on me all the time in school. But the second was a friend of mine who, this girl was a character. She was a cheerleader, but everybody loved her. Just think like a real, like, you know, she was a cheerleader. Everybody loved her. And her dream in life was to marry a rich doctor. And she drove a red convertible. So those are the character bases for Mae Wilson. And I just got to say this, George, if you're still there, are you looking for a trustee for your estate? Mae?
I think I am.
Good. And George, you know, I love you, but I'm going to have to unplug that defibrillator. Mae? Oh, come on. You know,
You're gonna make his tie spin.
Yeah, you're gonna make it. But Mae, you sound like Anna Nicole Smith. Hey, girl, she's my hero, and she should totally get a postage stamp. Ah! But Mae, you're an intelligent woman. You know, you don't need to rely on a man. Why not just get a job? You said the J word. Ah! But Mae. But we all have to work. I'm too pretty for work. Ah! Okay.
Mae, what is it like working with April?
Yeah, but how do you like working with me, Mae? Well, somebody's going to be the star. You see, you're talking about those credits. April wouldn't have them if it wasn't for moi. Mae. We work together. There is no I in team, but there's a me. So, but Mae, let's talk about what other celebrities you could date. Whatever happened to you and Kermit the Frog? Well, April, he only likes pigs. I see.
Oh,
okay.
Boy, could you imagine a wrestling match on live pay-per-view television between Mae and Miss Piggy? Holy cow.
You know what? I turn into bacon. Are those fighting words? Yeah, I turn into bacon so fast.
So Mae, you've dated, I guess, a frog or two. April, have you dated a frog or two as well?
You can't even get me started. I've dated frogs, I've dated toads, and I'm just desperately seeking Mr. OK. And April, what are you doing dating some random guy from Oklahoma? Not a random guy from Oklahoma, Mae. Mr. OK is an OD. You know, like my ex, the one that everyone liked. They said the same thing about Jeffrey Dahmer. But he had a hot body in his refrigerator. Mae, you're just jealous that I have the better love life. Can I tell you a secret? Sure. Your older brother doesn't count. I'm seeing two men right now. Yeah, that's right, two. Let me guess. Jim Masters and George Burns.
Yeah.
This is what I got to deal with all the time.
This is what you've got to deal with, huh?
Yeah, but she's been with
do you dress? Who does Mae's wardrobe? Do you dress Mae, or does Mae dress herself?
I dress myself because if I didn't want to look good, I would look like April. What? It's true. Truth hurts.
Boy, she's spunky, huh?
You are wearing the same outfit I am. No, you're 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 wearing the same outfit I am. No, Mae. You are wearing the outfit that I picked. No, April, you are wearing the outfit that I picked.
So I would imagine with a conversation like that, it must be tough as far as who gets top billing on, the marquee when you're on stage.
I get top billing. Let's just put it this way. April would not have a career if it wasn't for moi. The word is me. No, April, I'm a star. It's moi.
I sort of thought that would be the answer. That must be tough, April, huh? Competing with Mae?
Well, here's the thing. I think of myself, I'm a good performer in my own right. No, April, you'd be nothing if it wasn't for moi. Mae. This is my interview. No, it's my interview. No, it's my interview. No, it's my interview. No, it's my interview. It's Mental Health Day at the Jim Masters show.
If Mae doesn't behave, we could always put Mae away and bring out February.
And no. We're not going to do that. What's going on? He's talking about my family. Wait. What's going on, Mae?
Oh, there is a February?
Yeah, there's a February. Let's just talk about this. So you never talk about your family. Well, I don't like them. Well, that's not good. Okay, but do you have any siblings? Yeah, I have a sister named June. Wait, Mae, you have a sister named June? Yeah, and we don't talk. That's not good. No, April, she's a mime. Wait, May, June's a mime? Yeah, and a really inconsiderate one too, because mime is a really hard word for ventriloquist to say. Okay, but yeah, I mean, you're adults now. But she holds a grudge from those car trips when we were kids. She always had to be the winner at the quiet game. Okay, but what about July and August? Well, April, those are my parents. My mother's a sock, my father's a pillowcase. I came into this world confused. September and October have to be better. Well, April, they're my twin brothers, and they're a jinx. That's not nice to talk about your twin brothers that way. No, April, they really are a jinx. They're voodoo dolls. Voodoo dolls. Okay. So, but November, December, January, and February have to be better. Oh, well, they are. They're my aunt, my uncle, my dog, and my cat. And what about March? Oh, March. March is a success story of the family. Really? Yeah, my cousin March works in the automotive industry. Does March own a car lot? No, he's a crash test dummy. A crash test dummy. That's interesting. Which leads me back to April.
Yes, that's a rough job. Yeah, you've got April and May together, which is fantastic. This is great. I tell you, May, do you have your own room? I mean, is your room the one with the gold star behind you guys, or is that April's room?
My room is much more luxurious for my gentlemen callers. May, you can't talk like that on the internet. We've been through this. Well, April, what can I say? The guys love me and I love the guys. What's up, fellas? Come get this.
What are some of the shows and different things, including the Jim Masters Show live series, that you guys have appeared on together?
Gosh, we've done a lot together, but you're the most handsome man that's ever interviewed me, Jim. Do you want to make me a star? I'm so sorry.
No, that's you can elaborate further if you feel the need.
Well, May and I have been through a lot together. The first big show we did together was Rachel Ray. Yes, and Jerry. Yes, and as a matter of fact, Jerry Springer said to April, "You're no Terry Fader," but he said, "May, you're a star." Okay, that's not quite the way it went. But years later, and we talk about it in the book, Don't Read My Lips, how we met him again on the Judge Jerry show, where it was silly because somebody didn't want to give top billing, equal pay for puppets. But May and I have been through a lot together, but the first big appearance we did was on TLC's My Strange Addiction. Because this dummy right here, wait, you're the dummy. The correct term is textile American. Okay. So anyways, you were saying, this dummy got engaged to a guy that said, it's me or the puppets. Yeah. And he proposed to me on the third date. No red flag at all. Yeah. And he decided that he didn't like the puppets. And I wanted to be a professional ventriloquist, but, it seemed like a pipe dream. So maybe I should be, concentrate on being a good girlfriend, wife, and mother. So I put the puppets under the bed for almost a year, where I collected dust. And let's just put it this way. If I'm going to get bugs, it's not going to be from being under the bed. As if, May. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to get in the fun way. Hello, clinic. This is what I got to deal with. So anyway, May. So you were under the bed for most of the year. I'm sorry about that. You better be. So anyway, after about a year, the relationship turned out to be horrible. Surprise, surprise, surprise. He wouldn't work. He was a jerk, all that stuff. So I was really unhappy. I got May out from under my bed and I started to work with her. And what did you tell me, May? I said, April, you're really happy when you work with your puppets. So what you got to do is say, listen, jerk off, I've chosen. You said it's me or the puppets, and I'm choosing the puppets. So I walked in the kitchen with May on my arm, and I said, listen, April's chosen, and it's not you, it's me. And you have a small thingamajig anyway. So sayonara. And I chose the puppets. And so anyway, we spent every
that should be the name of your next book. So anyway.
We spent every God sent trying to be the best, or at least I did, trying to be the best ventriloquist I could be.
Well, I was already phenomenal. I was a star, so I didn't need any work.
May, are you left-handed,
And we did
right-handed, or
performances.
ambidextrous?
Oh, ambidextrous. Ask any guy I've ever met.
May, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You behave. You behave. So anyway, we were street performing in Brooklyn, and we met a guy with a camera and a mustache, and he said, "Could I take your picture?"
No, he said, could I take your picture? Could that girl next to you just stand in the background?
You met a guy
Whatever.
with a camera with a mustache in Brooklyn. Was that back in the 70s?
It was back in the 2000s, but he was a hipster, so he dressed like he was from the 70s. Let's be fair. So anyway, long story short, he asked to take our picture, and so we started to talk, and he mentioned that he had a girlfriend. And because I told him about leaving my fiance for the puppets, and he said, well, my girlfriend doesn't always understand the camera.
And I said, hey, girlfriend, when has that ever stopped a man?
Come on, man. You got to be good. So anyway, a year later, the phone rings, and it's a casting agency. And she says, hey, we're casting for this new show called My Strange Addiction on TLC. And the production assistant's boyfriend took your photo a year ago in Brooklyn. Is it true you left your fiance for your puppets?
And I said, it's absolutely true. Get me on television.
So well, I did the conversation.
Well, I'm the one that got you on TV, so shut up, April.
So anyway, that's how we got on My Strange Addiction. So that was our first TV appearance.
Yeah.
And so then from My Strange Addiction.
And people still recall you from that a lot, right?
Oh, yeah. And as a matter of fact, it like the story grew legs. We got in the UK Daily Mail, and they sent me a message on now X, then Twitter. I can't keep up with the names of anything anymore.
Right.
And they
XYZ.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know. So the
Click clock.
Clock, tick tack, tick tock. I don't
Tick
know.
tack. Yeah.
Says, is it true that you left your fiance for your puppets? And I said, sure. And so then she calls me from England and she interviews me. And so the story goes viral from England to Iceland to Italy,
then from Russia to China, India,
then from Indonesia to Singapore to Australia, then from Ghana to Nigeria to Kenya, then from Colombia to Brazil to Guatemala.
That's right. We
It
are
went
celebrities
viral
in
that
Guatemala.
far?
Yep.
Wow.
And the
Kind
headline
of
read
sounds
as
like
follows.
what we've just endured the last couple of years, which went from viral from place to place.
We went viral before it was cool.
So
Right. I know when you used to hear viral, you'd have to run to the doctor and get a shot or something.
Well, the good thing about being me is that when I go viral, I just jump in the washing machine. Ta-da!
That's a bad joke, mate.
Well, you wrote it, April.
Well,
That is so
anyway, headline read as follows. Ventriloquist who splashes out 20 grand a year on her puppets that even have their own bedroom dumps her fiance after he says it's them or me. And folks, I thought I found my Mr. Right. Boy, was I wrong.
So that's why she's just desperately seeking Mr. Okay. And no, it's not some random guy from Oklahoma.
So anyway, from there, the show got another shelf life streaming. And now it's on HBO Max.
So we're the poster children for HBO Max. And I'm getting a lot of fan mail. And as a matter of fact, all these guys write to me wanting to see my feet.
No, man, they want to see my feet.
No, they want to see my feet.
No, they want to see my feet.
They want to see my feet. Once again, it's Mental Health Day at the Gym Master Show.
You know, I think it's great to be on HBO Max because the exposure is so much greater on HBO Max than it would be on HBO Minimum. What a great laugh. Now you heard the comedienne's laugh. She's usually the one making everybody laugh. Now you heard her laugh. Or was that May doing April?
Well, that was moi doing April. I hit her and I say, laugh. I'm the boss around here.
We got Second Life on HBO Max, and it's been great.
That's incredible, huh? That is really incredible. You've been on Entertainment Tonight. I mean, the Today Show, all the network shows. And you've been doing this for a long time. That's really incredible, huh?
Well, it is incredible for moi, because let's just put it this way. I'm a star. May. I'm your ventriloquist. I got you on those shows. No. I'm the star. Okay, May. So, but seriously, why do you say that? Well, true story, Jim. A girl was handing a postcard out to one of her shows, and I was on the poster. So she hands the guy the postcard, and he says, "Oh my gosh, that's a very famous puppet." That's true. That actually did happen.
That's incredible. You were also, and you see the poster by you on the right, you were on the ABC series with John Quinones. What Would You Do? Now that must have been really cool.
That was very cool. As a matter of fact, when we auditioned for that, we were not sure whether or not we were going to book it, because there's another ventriloquist who I thought for sure was going to book it. And I'm not going to say her name, but she's an incredible performer. And so when we found out we booked it, we were really excited. Well, I knew that I booked it because when I walked in, I made them laugh right away, and I sparkled, and I knew I had the job. Okay, May, thank you for the vote of confidence, but I didn't know we had the job. Well, anyway, we're doing What Would You Do? And there's a homeless lady there, and it was actually kind of a scary day because we almost got punched. And she's an actress, and you know the New York area. She lives in Riverdale with her very rich husband, and actually took a car service down to the South Street Seaport. So Jim and the folks in the tri-state, the bridge and tunnel folks, know the math on that. And so anyway, May and I are supposed to be making fun of her to see what happens. So anyway, May, what did you say? I said, "Hey, homeless lady, why don't you get some dignity, self-respect, and a work ethic?" And so this doorman is smoking a cigarette, and he's in a bad mood. And he walks over. He says, "Hey, stop making fun of the homeless lady." So he said, "It's me, and it's not me, it's her." And he goes, "Oh yeah, well when the cops come, they're gonna arrest both of you." So I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my life was flashing before my eyes. All I wanted to do was be famous. So anyway, seconds later, John Quinones and the camera crew come out, and he goes, "What? You're filming them making fun of a homeless lady?" And they're like, "No, the homeless lady's an actor." And so then he agreed to be interviewed, but he had to finish his cigarette. So we came this close to getting punched.
But he had to finish the cigarette.
Yep. But it shows that New Yorkers are good people. And I'll say that. As somebody who came up in New York City, I met a lot of really good people there. So props to New York for making me the woman I am today.
So what brought you to Vegas? When did you pack up and move to Vegas?
Well, a sugar daddy brought me to Vegas. He was 97 years old, promised me everything in the world, and then died unexpectedly. No, he was talking about me. We had the opportunity to do a resident show. And anyway, it was called April Unwrapped. It was going to be an hour. It was going to be, 70 minutes long. We had 2 preview weekends in February of 2020. We were set to open in March, and we all know what happened then.
Yes.
And so we fell in love
So
with
anyway.
Las Vegas. So anyway, we fell in love with Las Vegas, and we stayed, and then we did 9 months as the special guest stars in a all-female review.
No, I was the star.
Okay. Can you stop that, May?
No, April, you're the one making it happen. You see, she puts words in my mouth, and then she blames me, Jim. It's rough being me. It's rough, I tell you.
So you say it took 9 months to birth that baby?
No. It took. You see, Jim, my life is really rough. Do you want to come rescue me?
Yes, I absolutely do, and I love.
What are you doing after the show? What are you doing after the show?
I guess I'll have to change those plans now. May, I think you have such a stunning smile. Your dentist must love you. You have beautiful teeth.
Of course my dentist loves me. As a matter of fact, my dentist loves me. I'm currently his mistress. When I can break it off for you, Jim, if you want to pay my rent.
They are so sparkling and so bright, I almost can't see them.
Yeah, May, they're sparkling, they're bright, you can't see them.
So, Jim, I guess, do you have life insurance?
May. Sorry. Do you want to leave me everything? May.
Yes.
Money due right before taxes. Oh my God. I am so sorry, Jim.
That's, I tell you, she's feisty. She's feisty. Now, April, you have a lot of friends, which is really amazing. And again, if you're just joining us, everybody, April Brucker is here on the show with May. I'm Jim Masters. We're live on the Jim Masters Show live series. You've been known to do the presidents as well, and lots of other great people.
And speaking of presidents, I gotta go. Thank you, Jim, for having me. And
May, this was really, this was a
thank
pleasure.
you. And I'll see you after the show. I'll be waiting for you in the green room. May Wilson, ladies and gentlemen.
May did that just like Dinah Shore. Remember Dinah Shore?
Yes, I remember Dinah. And actually, but it's funny though, because right during the pandemic, we actually wrote a book, and May is on the front cover. And that's what I did during the pandemic. I wrote a how-to on ventriloquism. So if you like what you saw and you want to learn my secrets, it's on sale on Amazon. And yes, I do the presidents. As a matter of fact, I do the former president and the new president.
What?
And I do another guy. But yeah, don't read my lips, folks. Available on Amazon. But
how many guys do you do?
Oh gosh, oh my gosh, that if you're just tuning in, it's not what it sounds like.
Hello to
anyway,
April's mom in Pittsburgh.
But anyway,
and mine in Florida.
But
hello to the moms.
But I'm having a lot of fun though. Speaking of Las Vegas, I'm not quite as good as you, but I do a show called April in Vegas. It's an interview style talk show. So, and I've had a lot of great people on. I've had Muriel Copy, who's her show Illuminate. I just got off Broadway. I had her on when she was at the Strat here.
That's
I had Landau Eugene Murphy Jr. on. He won America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent.
He is phenomenal. And if you've never heard of him, he's this black guy. He's got dreadlocks. But when he opens his mouth, he sounds like Frank Sinatra.
I had him on. He was on our show, way back. He's the nicest guy on the planet, really.
Nicest guy. And as a matter of fact, I saw him somewhere. He was doing a sound check. He ran off, gave me a big hug, wave, went on his way. He's wonderful. His fiance is wonderful, just wonderful performer, just wonderful guy all around. And I've had John D. Domenico on, who is the number one.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of wonderful people on, so check out the show on YouTube. So
that's great.
But yeah, I do a lot of guys, but not in the way you think. My name's not Debbie, and I've never been to Dallas.
Do you have any other friends that are going to pop by? I mean, you've got that big white door with the gold star. You never know who's going to stop by the show. Oh, look who we have here. Yeah.
Hello.
Who do we have here? He looks very, very familiar.
You have Donald J. Tramp. Mr. Tramp. Wow. So, Mr. Tramp, here today to get the viewers of the Jim Master program to vote for me in 2024. And why are you running in 2024? Because I won in 2020. No, Mr. Tramp, you lost. Fake news, I won, and it was huge. Just like my hands and something else. Okay. So why should the viewers of the Jim Masters show vote for you? Well, April, I'm master of everything. I have billions and billions of dollars. And the Better Business Bureau gave me a AAA rating. Wait, the Better Business Bureau gave you a AAA rating? Wrong! A triple K rating. KKK. President Trump, if you're former President Trump, rather, if you're reelected, what do you hope to do for America? Well, April, I hope to make America white again. Excuse me? No, I hope to make America great again. But you said white. Great, white, what's the difference? Okay, so you said that you were going to build
Is he
the wall
confusing that with Broadway? The Great
Yes,
White Way?
I am.
Is
I
that
am
what he's talking
confusing that
about
with
here?
Broadway. I'm a New York City boy. Let's see. What's that song? Springtime for no. You are not singing that song on the Jim Masters show. Okay. So but President Trump, or former President Trump rather, you said when you were president that you were going to build the wall between the US and Mexico and you didn't do it. Well, April, I wasn't a career politician when I ran, but now I am. Look at how good I did my job. Okay. But what about the wall? Well, April, I'm going to go to the wall and it's going to be huge and Mexico is going to pay for it. All I have to do is go to the Western Union and pick up the money order. What could possibly go wrong? That joke was really racist. Fake news. I hate to run.
What are you going to use to build the wall with?
Well, the perfect thing. What are you going to build it with? Is it going to be Is it going to be like
Brick
what's the
or
material?
cement or steel or
Or a mortar? What's the thing? I got the perfect thing, and it's very presidential. What's this thing? Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln.
Just like the President Lincoln Logs.
You know, it's amazing, April, that you even have a minute of his time because he's always out, with all these rallies and other appearances at this juncture. So it's amazing you have the power to even get a minute or two of his time. Wow.
I know it's amazing.
You have pull,
Jim.
literally.
But Mr. Trump, you're in a lot of legal trouble now. Are you scared of going to jail? Fake news. You see, chicks dig a guy with 34 felony counts. It helps the rappers with their street cred, and Orange is the new Trump.
April is blushing. She's more orange than you are.
More orange than you are right now. So how do you get your hair the way it is? Well, you want to know my secret? What? Golden showers. Oh, dear God.
Is that a new shampoo and conditioner? Never heard of that one.
I never heard of it either until today. But I guess I have to know, despite your immigration policies, several of your wives have been foreign born. What can I say? I love the newest, hottest foreign import.
Oh my God. Oh, this is funny. So, it's amazing. People are commenting. They can't believe what they're seeing. They're choking. Some of them are spitting out their drink. They're laughing so much, from Ireland to Brazil, everywhere. South Africa.
I love my Brazilian women, especially with a Brazilian wax. You can't talk like that on television. We've been through this.
You've rehearsed, right? Yeah, but see, he doesn't follow the prompter.
No, he doesn't follow the prompter, doesn't follow the cards. Let's talk about, we talked about you being more sensitive. What do you think of transgender rights, President Trump? Well, I love my BLTQ people. I mean, you're fisting me now. Duh.
Unbelievable. George Burns is down below with his martini doing backflips.
I think George Burns is drinking harder than he ever has.
I think he is, and their cigars are absolute. Who else do you have there that might stop by our show? Because I know he has to go off to other things that are happening right now for him.
Well, a funny story before I let him go. We helped with Stand Together Against Trump in 2016 in Cleveland, and these were doctors, nurses, physicians' assistants, and he was the spokesperson. And what secret did you reveal? Well, I revealed that I'm not against Muslims because I'm Muslim. You're Muslim? No, muslin, as in silk, cotton, polyester, muslin. Yeah, that's right. You're a Muslim American. So everybody was afraid that there was going to be a lot of violence in Cleveland. So we had, a lot of people were afraid to come, but a lot of police departments sent their cops. And so the California Highway Patrol came and they wanted a picture with us. No, no, no. They wanted a picture with you because you were wearing short shorts. Okay, fine. They wanted a picture with me because I was wearing short shorts. Well, anyway, we took a picture with the California Highway Patrol. It was posted online and it made it all the way to Governor Jerry Brown's office. And Jerry Brown was not happy about Donald J. Trump being in the picture. So the next day, the captain says, you got us in a lot of trouble. And he's telling us that because of that photo, the guys with the California Highway Patrol were not allowed to take a photo with Trump or any like Trump. Snowflakes. Okay, thank you.
Never at a loss for words, for sure. Never at a loss for words. Who else do you have around you there?
Well, to keep it balanced perspective, I have the current president.
That's right. You have, it's all about balance, right? Yes. So she has somebody else that you may recognize of late. And that is...
Hello. President Joe Gardentime here. President Bidentime, let me sit you up. I was just in the middle of my nap. So April, what's going on? We're on the Jim Masters show. Oh, Jim Masters. Yes. When I was a boy in Scranton, my father said, Joey, to do karate, you gotta get a black belt before you become a master. Hi-ya! Wait, what? Yes, because this election is going to be a fight. I'm ready to go. Hi-ya! What are you talking about, President Biden time? If you're reelected, you're going to be the oldest person ever to be president. Well, April, knock on wood, I'm as quick as a whip. Knock on wood, I'm as strong as an ox. Knock on wood. Who's at the door? Who are you again? I'm April. And what am I doing again? The Jim Masters show. Oh, Jim Masters. Yes.
Hello, President Biden. It's an honor and a privilege to meet you and have you on the show. Although I know I'm mispronouncing it, right? What did you say the name is, President?
President Biden time. Yes.
Biden time. Biden time.
So Jim, have you ever been to Scranton, Pennsylvania?
Yes, I have. And Lancaster and Allentown and Gettysburg. And yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I know that I'm a little older than some of your guests. I'm not quite as old as Pat Boone, but hi, Pat. Hey, girl, love. Okay. I think
Pat Boone was last night. That's right.
Pat Boone was last night. I was watching the show and I just kept singing, hey, girl, love. Could you stop that? Mr. President?
So, President Biden time, you would now be a Jim Masters show lovety, right? You're a lovety. Everybody that's a guest or everybody that watches our show is considered and has the honorable mention of being a Jim Masters show lovety, which is love and levity together. So President Biden time, you are a JMS lovety. Now, of all the things you've done in your life and all the things you have accomplished, that has to be one of the greatest accomplishments in your life, is being a Jim Masters show lovety member, part of the lovety family, right?
Yes, it is. Being a part of the lovety family. And let me tell you, I've lived a long time and I've experienced a lot of things. As a matter of fact, when I was a boy in Scranton, I'm so old that when it was a fancy dinner, my father broke out his powdered wig. And in all my years of being on this planet, this is a first for me. And let me tell you, this is important. When I was a boy in Scranton, I used to watch Dick Van Dyke on television, and I said, that's going to be me someday. But I had a stutter. And what happened with the stutter? Well, the nuns beat the stutter out of me just like I beat Donald J. Trump. Hi-ya! What are you talking about? What are you doing? Sorry, occasionally I lose my way, and my eyesight's going, so I got to rely on my sense of smell like my dog Major. Now,
he looks very comfortable sitting on you, April.
He He is very comfortable. So, President Biden time, what do you intend to do if you're reelected? Well, April, here's the deal. Number one, I'm going to concentrate on public safety. Number two, I'm going to concentrate on the infrastructure. The infrastructure? That's what I said, the infrastructure. Number four, Mr. President? Yes, number four. I'm going to combat COVID by making sure everybody listens to the doctors, the physicians, and the sturgeons. The sturgeons? That's what I said, the sturgeons. So, but President Biden time, what was it like growing up in Scranton? Well, you know, I'm a member of the Lovety family, like we said, and I experienced a lot. You see, Jim, did you go to dances as a little boy?
Sure.
A teenage
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. As a little boy, we were dancing around the living room and doing plays and all the fun stuff we did. But yeah, as time went on and we went to the dances and I was on the baseball team, Little League, and all that fun stuff. I was a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout, and I was in the Air Force ROTC later on in high school. And but enough about me. It's about you, President Biden time.
Well, I'm so old that we didn't have dances in my day. We had minuets. Minuets! That's right, the minuets. Now, here's the deal.
Minuet, I thought that was a rice.
Yes, here's the deal. When I am president, Joe Biden time, and when I am president in 2025, we are going to have one program and one program alone that I'm going to appear on. And what's that program? The Jim Masters Show, because I'm a member of the Lovety family.
You are. And you know, a lot of the guests, when they find out that they are a Lovety here on the show, usually they say that their feet are tingling. One of our guests said he started levitating. Now, it looks like President Biden time, you are levitating already, but are your feet tingling as well since you're now a JMS Lovety?
Well, here's the deal. These days, I don't have a whole lot of feeling in my feet because I'm old, but let me tell you, they tingle all the time, but they're tingling more than usual right now. And you know, when my feet tingle, I know that I'm going to win an election. What were we talking about again? Being a Lovety on the show. Oh,
Being a Lovety.
It's one of the greatest things that has ever happened in my life.
That's amazing. You know, I love President Biden time when you start your sentences with, folks.
Folks, let me tell you what I've been up to. What have you been up to? You see, there was a conspiracy that the Democrats fixed the Super Bowl so the Kansas City Chiefs would win. Well, did you? No comment, but you can see what I have to say in a series of videos called the Swiftgate Files on YouTube. The Swiftgate Files. Tell us about the Swiftgate Files. Well, the conspiracy is that we, the Democrats, fixed the football game so that the Chiefs would win. Well, do you think you fixed the football game? You saw the 2016 election. Do you think the Democrats are that organized? Okay. But that being said, tell us about the Swiftgate Files. Well, it's a series of 11 videos of me and the other guy. You mean Donald J. Trump? I don't like to say his name because he might pop up. Or I tell the truth. But let me tell you, what did you say about Elon Musk? Elon Musk says you fixed the game. Do you think so? The fact of the matter is, folks, Musk is a great perfume. So here's the deal. Go Chiefs. Was that a tomahawk chop? You bet. And if you're watching, hi Taylor and Travis.
I think go Chiefs. I think they already went.
Yeah, they already went. Oh, yeah, that's right. What day is it? It's Thursday. Oh, Thursday. You know, this weekend is it's President's Day. Folks, the fact of the matter is, when I was a boy in Scranton, my father said, Joey, in order to appreciate the future, you got to cherish the present. President. Oh, president. Yes, president. Yeah, it's President's Day. Does that mean that I get to sleep in? Oh, dear God, we are screwed. America, it's over.
Wait a minute. April, these are the choices that we have? I thought life was supposed to be full of choices.
Not full of choices. It's like behind door 1 and door 2. When I was a boy in Scranton, my father said, Joey, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know which one you're going to get. That's Forrest Gump. Oh, well, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. So, what does Jill think of you being on the show? Well, she installed an electrode around my ankle when I say anything weird. Like what? When I was going, what? Okay, let me try this again. So, let's talk about your vice president. Calamari Harris is a very extinguished young woman. Calamari? That's what I said, calamari. She talked me out of wearing cornrows for this interview. That's good.
You know, President Biden time, we were admiring May's teeth earlier. You have enough that you can share with May. What a set of teeth you've got, huh? The constant smile with those aviator glasses. Ooh, amazing. What a cool look.
Well, I wore those tonight because I'm going to debut my rap. Oh, please don't, Mr. President. Here goes.
Oh, you have a rap? Oh,
folks, it's me, Uncle Joey Lee. When I was a little boy in Scranton, I stuttered. And now I'm restoring America most definitely. The fact of the matter is, I wear these cool shades. Here's the deal. I'm a cool cat, and if you don't vote for me, well, you ain't black. Joe Biden, time out.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, he fell asleep.
He fell asleep. Look at that. While he's sleeping,
what should I do?
Well, no, let him sleep because I have a question for you. These friends that you have, I know you don't want to necessarily call them dummies.
Oh, he's fooling on me, but keep going.
They are between you and me because they probably don't realize that they are ventriloquist dolls or dummies. They are so well crafted. Do you have somebody who custom makes these for you, April? Because they look so real.
I have a few people. He was made by a puppet maker on Etsy. May was made by Mary Ann Taylor, who makes puppets for Jeff Dunham occasionally. And Donald J. Trump was made by a woman in Scotland. So if I want them to look good, I have somebody else make them.
You just make them come to life, huh?
Yeah, but that's my thing is I give them voices, I make them come to life.
So do you think that maybe we'll wake them up now? Because I do have a big question that probably everybody's going to want to.
Hello, what's going on? Jim Masters has a question for you. So what do you want to know?
So President Biden time. Did you have a nice nap? Did you have nightmares or sweet dreams during that nap?
I had sweet dreams that I was on the Jim Masters show and I'm here. I'm a member of the Lovety family, so dreams really do come true. Dreams come true
because you are on the Jim Masters show, President Biden time. Do you think you're going to debate Mr. Trump?
Well, here's the deal. When I debate Donald J. Trump, I'm ready. I've been watching reruns of Cobra Kai and all the Karate Kids. So I know to wax on, wax off, paint the fence. And if you do that, you'll embrace the wisdom of Miyagi-Do. And nothing can beat Miyagi-Do. Not even Terry Silver or Mr. Kreese. What are you talking about? We're talking about Donald J. Trump. Wax on, wax off.
Boy, these guests.
I'm telling you, America, we're done.
I tell you, Switzerland is looking good about now. So do you guys get to travel all over?
We do. We've gone all over. We've met a lot of people. We've done a lot of things. And before I met Jill, I did a lot of things. Okay. You don't say that when your wife has an electrode on your ankle, sir.
Well, I tell you, President Biden time, this was really an honor and a pleasure. I mean, all the guests, the special guests joining April so far. I'm excited to see who might be next. I know you're very, very busy, and it might be getting close to the bedtime, so you're probably going to want to nap a little bit more. Thanks for being with us, President Biden time. It's we'll see. Depending on what happens in November. Maybe we'll have you as a guest again in the new year.
I would like that very much. And listen, if you're watching, lovety. Here's the deal. The dark side is easy to fall into, but the fact of the matter is, may the force be with you.
Before
Joe
you go,
Yes.
this would really be an honor and a feather in my cap. I don't know if anybody could ever achieve this, but I would love to have a president say to the fabulous folks watching, or encourage them, or suggest that they subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. To have a president say that and endorse that. Do you endorse the Jim Masters Show live series, President Biden time?
Yes, I do. Here's the deal. You at home should subscribe to the Jim Masters TV channel because I, Cool Joey B, endorse them. That's right. It's me, Cool Joey B, and I endorse the Jim Masters program. God bless America and God protect our troops.
That's it. Thank you, President Biden time, for your time. I appreciate that. There he goes. He just sort of ducks down and
Yes. I know. It's like these guys are all crazy. But yeah, it's like, again, I'm not quite as...
now.
Yes.
Now, which puppet is that? Is that Cup Runneth Over?
It's ventriloquist getting her water. But what do you say, Mr. Water?
Is everybody going to want her to talk and drink at the same time? She might be doing that.
What do you say, Mr. Water? Did you just thank or another puppet? Another puppet? Who?
H2O.
I think I have. Is everybody ready for another puppet?
Yeah, or family member, right? Your friends. Yes.
Children, actually.
And I love your, the background and everything that you have there. Very cool.
And this next guy, you can see him performing at the Kroger Supermarket Slot Parlor. Please put your hands together for Dwayne Newton.
Dwayne Newton. Mr. Vegas himself.
Whoa. You look like somebody famous, but you're not. Well, little lady, I'm Mr. Las Vegas' second cousin, twice removed. Twice removed? Yes, I'm going to remove one squad casino security and one squad of Clark County Department of Health. So you're not Mr. Las Vegas. No, little lady. I'm Mr. Almost Las Vegas. Almost Las Vegas. Thank you very much. So, have you ever met your famous cousin? Well, yes, I have. He gave me his autograph once. Autograph? That's great. It was good and gold at the bottom of the restraining order. Oh. Have you ever done any shows with your famous cousin? Well, yes, I have. I followed him on stage once. How did it go? It was loud. Loud? Yes, the stage crew was breaking down the set and the janitor was running the vacuum cleaner. Oh. And what do people say when you tell them about your famous cousin? They say that's great. I didn't know that he was still alive. Uh-huh. And so where can people see you perform? Well, these days I'm at the Kroger Supermarket Slot Parlor. But I got hopes and I got dreams. And someday when they get a gaming license, I hope to appear at Whole Foods. Whole Foods. And how have your shows been going at the Kroger? Well, they've been going very well. As a matter of fact, last summer I got some fan mail. Fan mail? That's great. You got fans? No, it was actually from the electricity company. Oh, fan mail. Got it. So tell me, where do you do shows? Well, I did a show at the El Cortez. The El Cortez, that's a great Las Vegas venue. No, little lady, it was the El Cortez Cantina in Guadalajara. Oh, and on with your agent Morty. Well, they were a little slow, but then he got paroled. Uh-huh. And I understand you were having some problems with the management at Kroger's. Well, when I was working in frozen food, they didn't like the creative license that I took. So I was put on suspension. What are some of the classics? Here goes. Hey, little darling, I don't know why you're calling the cops on me. Hey, little darling, I don't know why you're spraying me with that mace. Okay. Maybe that wasn't the song to sing. Well, they really didn't like this other song I sang. And what was that? I fell in love with a girl named Wanda. That's not so bad. What I didn't know is that Sheep was the sheriff's girl. Okay, now I can understand. So, anyway, so what is your favorite thing to do at Kroger's? Well, when I'm not singing songs and crooning, I'm telling jokes. Would you like to tell Jim a joke? Yes, I would.
And your friend is here too. He wants to hear the joke. Mr. Joke Man himself, Wayne. George Burns is here too.
George Burns, I understand you. I understand you knew my cousin.
I'm sure he did. Yes, absolutely. Right, George? He did. Yes, he did.
Here goes. What fruit shouldn't you marry? What fruit shouldn't you marry? Don't marry a melon, because they can't elope. Yuck.
They can't elope. Well, you know, we just had President Biden time on the show just before you, and Donald Trump and May and all these incredible people coming through. I'll be with you in a minute, George. Have another martini. And it was incredible. And President Biden time had these really cool aviator sunglasses on. And I have a question for you, Wayne. Why did...
Dwayne.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you added the D? What did that cost?
It costs a lot of money, but let me tell you this. Everybody always gets us confused, but I'm the new generation of Las Vegas. And I knew that I was going to be a legend the first time I stepped on stage because I won a talent contest against a singing pig.
Wait, what?
Wait, a singing pig. How did you do that? Did you sing better? No, she caught stage fright and laryngitis. I see. So what's the question you had for him, Jim? I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say that President Biden time was just here moments ago, and it was an honor, of course, to have all these great guests coming through. And he had these really cool aviator glasses on. So it made me think of this question for you. Why did the teacher wear sunglasses in the classroom?
Because the future was so bright, she had to wear shades.
Because she had such bright pupils.
That's right. She had such bright pupils. We'll be here
all
all week.
I got that out of a joke book. I remember when they would have the book fair in elementary school in the library, and you can order these different books, and all the kids would go to the library, and it was the book fair. I don't even know if the schools do that anymore. Does anybody even read books anymore? Does anybody have books except for people in interviews when they have all these shelves of books behind them, and then it turns out they've never read those books, or it's just a green screen? But every news interview or every interview you see now, there's these shelves of books behind everybody. And you want to ask, did you actually read those books, or are they just empty shelves for the interview?
Or are they just decorations? Yeah. And I hope people still buy books because, as I said, I wrote I Came, I Saw, I Sang, and I have a second book, and I wrote this one, and I also have a second edition of I Came, I Saw, I Sang coming out.
Yes.
Hopefully this spring. And it's about my time as a Satan telegram delivery girl. So don't read my lips and I Came, I Saw, I Sang. But Dwayne,
Tell us
you
about
have a
that.
song about
Yes.
the book
Oh,
fair.
I was going to say the book fair. Yeah, the book fair. That joke I just mentioned about the bright pupils, that goes back to a joke book and a riddle book that I found that I got when I was 11 years old in 6th grade. And that joke just was something that I always remembered. I don't know what it is, things you remember from childhood. And that one just stuck with me. So I wanted to share it with somebody as legendary as Dwayne Newton here on the show.
Well, thank you.
You know,
As a matter of fact, I liked it so much that I'm gonna sing a song about it for you. Here goes.
absolutely. And then I want to hear about April's incredible experience as a singing telegram person in New York, which is an art form unto itself. But first, Mr. Dwayne Newton is live on the Jim Master Show, coming to us from Las Vegas, Nevada. Mr. Newton, the floor is all yours.
Jim went to the book fair as a boy. He got a book with jokes. He still reads books, and not a lot of people read books. And that's why Donald J. Trump got into the White House. 'Cause people don't read books. We need to read books. And that's why Donald J. Trump got elected. So if you're in doubt, leave your house. Go to the library. But then if you go to Kroger's, drop my name and you'll get half off on the blueberries. Even though they have mold, under that might be gold. And Jim read a book at the book fair. Okay, you can stop now.
This segment sponsored by Kroger Supermarkets. Hilarious. That's fantastic. Great job, Dwayne Newton. I think you might have a singing career. You're going to be a star. One of these days, you're going to be a star. Hey, April, tell us about the
Thank you.
earlier part of your life where you were doing singing telegrams in New York City.
Well, I graduated from NYU. I needed a job, to finance the career. And so I started delivering, and I tried interviewing for everything. I actually made the final interview to be a buyer at Macy's. I didn't make it. Then I had another interview to work at a bank, and I would come so close yet so far because I've always had a job. So anyway, I was watching Beaches with my then roommate after not getting a job. I was really dejected. And all of a sudden we turned it on, and there was the scene with Bette Midler delivering the bunny telegram. And I'm like, I wonder if I could do that. So I Googled singing telegrams. I called my then boss, Bruce Miles Beauregard at Broadway Singing Telegrams, and he was up. I was shocked that he was up. And he said, and I said, I just graduated. I'm good at comedy. Could I do this job? And he said, are you available Saturday to do a yenta? And mind you, I grew up Catholic, it's I have a lot of guilt just in the wrong place. So anyway, long story short, I polished up on my yenta. I did my first singing telegram. It went well. And next thing I knew, I had a job for 10 plus years delivering singing telegrams to support myself. And it was one of the greatest things to ever happen to me because I'm good on my feet because of that job. I can write jokes on the fly because of that job. I can master character. It made me a better ventriloquist because I had to, sometimes I had only an hour to learn a character, and it was for it was for Dolly Parton's biggest fan or Taylor Swift's biggest fan or something. And I can write songs on the fly, and it comes in handy for him. Well, just so you know, I sing all my own songs.
When did you know you wanted to be a ventriloquist? What was it about ventriloquism that sort of sparked your interest? Because there are some females who've done it, but it's still been a male-dominated industry, and to be able to break through and do it, it's very inspiring for others. What was it about ventriloquism that inspired you April?
Well, as you can see, I'm a bit of a bouncy ball, and I'm like da 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 da, and I'm very much a bouncy ball, and I'm very I'm kinetic, and ventriloquism has always given me a way to channel that kinesis, so to speak. And it's also given April a way to sing because, fun fact, April on her own is only an okay singer, but I am a legendary singer. So, Dwayne, your cousin was the Midnight Idol. When do you perform at Kroger's? Well, I perform at Kroger's from 10 to 3, which makes me the naptime idol. The naptime idol.
You know, one of our viewers, longtime viewers, and a matter of fact, she and I were actually appeared on the Rachel Ray show as well. You know how they film it down towards the Chelsea Piers area there, and like they do Law and Order and all those other series. And it's Kathleen Walker, and she comments, she's in New York City, and she said, I saw April do her act in person quite a ways back. She came to my town, Woodhaven, New York, which is in Queens, to a place called, was it Nyers or Nears Tavern?
Yep.
I just became Queens. Nears Tavern. Nears Tavern. Do you remember that, April? It was a fun show.
Yes, it was an amazing show. It was a very fun show. And it was a funny story. Queens got a tornado. And when you think of places that get a tornado, you think of Kansas, you think of Nebraska, you think of Oklahoma, but you don't think of New York City, let alone Woodhaven.
Were you
Queens.
that tornado? Did you shake the thing
Oh my
up,
God.
shake the place up?
I wish. I wish. I was riding the train, and it didn't look like I was going to get there because a tree fell down on the train tracks. And Woodhaven is it's kind of out of the way, Queens. So, but I was determined to get there. Well, anyway, I was the only comedian that showed up that night because I figure where there's a will, there's a way, and I had to get my butt on stage. So, because in those days I wasn't, I was very green, and things get better. You see, in those days I was bad at comedy. Now I'm mediocre, so it does get better. So anyway, I'm just kidding, guys. It's a joke. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. So anyway, long story short, I get there, and the people organizing the show were great. The people there were great, and I was the comedian. And I was there with Mae Wilson, and I got the money in the tip bucket. And it turned out that Nears Tavern was, and this is, I'm tearing up now. I love Mae West. She is one of my favorites. And it's where she used to perform back in the day. And everybody's like, oh yeah, Mae West used to perform here. And I'm like, what are the odds? And it was one
meant
of the craziest. Yeah, it was literally meant to be. I was going through a crazy period in my life. And I just remember I get there and Mae West is there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, or she's not there. It's like, what are the odds, right? And I have some sort of notification on my screen. I don't know what that is. And so anyway, it's like, wowza. So long story short.
That was a notification from Mae West saying, I'm watching from above.
Come up and see me sometime. So I'm thinking, what are the odds? Because it's this storm, I get to go there. And so what do you know? A few days later, TLC reaches out and says, hey, would you like to be on this new show? And so
it's incredible, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing. Yeah. Who are some other folks that you've always admired?
Well, obviously Mae West, Marilyn Monroe. I've always admired Gracie Allen. Jane Mansfield. I gotta get back to Kroger's, but I'll be back later to sing you a song.
Dwayne Newton, you're amazing. Thank you, Dwayne. Boy, he's a gymnast. He just did a tumble salt.
He just did a tumble salt. Yes, he did. So anyway, but funny story about all that is when I was doing speaking of Jane Mansfield and Law and Order. When I was a SIG and telegram delivery girl, I got to deliver a Wonder Woman to the set of Law and Order SVU. And I got to deliver to Mariska Hargitay, who,
I
by
got
the
to be
way, just
on an
she looks
episode
like
of
her
that,
mother in
which was
person.
cool. Yeah, I got to be on an episode of that too, which is cool.
Really?
Law and Order. Yeah, yeah. I played a court reporter. Yeah, it was cool. It was a very interesting thing because I've done acting and commercials and all these different things over the years, including, you know how it is, we do everything on
Yes.
camera, on air, behind the scenes. You just look at your resume and it's like, wow, I forgot I did this and I was in that and I did that. And I just got this. It was a very late night phone call from Central Casting, just Central Casting. And I was like, what is this with the Central Casting? What is this about? And they said, can you be, in Lower Manhattan at 6:30 in the morning tomorrow? You fit the bill to play one of the, sort of extra roles in Law and Order on NBC.
Wow.
Is this like real? Is a friend playing games? What is this about? Somewhere online, probably headshots and resume and all that kind of stuff was out there. So Central Casting got a hold of it. And then, yeah, it was kind of like a 10 o'clock at night upheaval. I had to totally sort of, I checked in and it was the real deal. And I just had to take tomorrow and revamp it all because I was headed to the set. And at 6:30 in the morning, I don't even remember. I had work that day or something, but it was, I think
like,
it was
my work. I got to hang out.
Yeah, I had shows to host and radio and all this other. And I think I just sort of did a last minute shift switch with somebody. And I said, Central Casting called. I got to be in Lower Manhattan because we're filming an episode of Law and Order. And it's 10 o'clock at night and they need me there, not leave the house at 6:30, be there at 6:30 because it was going to be an all day shoot. And there we were. And it was very cool. It was very cool.
Yeah. Wow. That's there. And actually, and this is bringing back memories of that telegram now. When I did the telegram, Kelly Giddish ordered me because it was Mariska's birthday. And her son, Luca, is a superhero expert. So the telegram could only be a success if Luca said that my Wonder Woman passed the test. And my Wonder Woman did.
How cool is that?
So yeah,
huh?
the 3-year-old superhero expert said that I was good. So
wow. That is funny. Comedian, ventriloquist, author as well, and actress too, right?
Right. Yes. I was in Murdered by the Mob, the longest running off-Broadway dinner theater show in New York City. Great group of people. If you guys are watching, hello, I love you and I miss you. Yeah, Cookie and the internet. Yeah, those were my characters.
That is funny. And what was it like writing the book? So with the book, you actually do share some sort of like inside secrets to, it teaches people probably starting out how they can do it too. I mean, whether you're doing magic, ventriloquism or anything, learning an instrument, anything in life, it takes time to master the craft. And you sort of help people along the way with the book. Tell us about the book. And also, what's very cool? It seems as though what goes around comes around. It seems like there's a rekindled interest in ventriloquism sort of coming back, which I think is really, really cool. Tell us about the book.
Well, the book happened during COVID, you see, because I had the show that I did had shut down and the world had shut down and nobody quite knew how long it was going to go on. And so I was doing Zoom shows with these guys and I was living in a house with 2 dogs and a parakeet. and the dog and the pit bull.
How do you be a ventriloquist with a parakeet in the house?
Well, the parakeet was the best one. She was giving me the sympathy chirps, She knew I was trying. I just, wasn't doing very hot. So anyway, long story, incredibly short. I'm telling my manager, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. And everybody been telling me for years, April, you need to write a book on ventriloquism. So my manager, Clinton Billups, says to me, listen, now's the time to do it. You have only one thing left to do. Get started. So I wrote this during COVID. I came, I saw, I sang. It's my love letter to ventriloquism. It's my rainbow in the dark, literally. And it's a love letter, not just from me to the art form, but to everybody that does ventriloquism, to all the wonderful vents I've met over the years, and to all the wonderful vents coming up. And with social media, it's amazing how many young vents are out there, And I'll get a friend request from somebody that I don't know in, say, Indonesia, and I'm like, okay, who is this? And it's a ventriloquist. It's somebody that I don't know in India. It's a ventriloquist. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool, huh? That's amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What's cool about the ventriloquist dolls or puppets or dummies is they can say things. They're very intuitive. They can say things that you might be thinking, but you're not the one saying them. So-and-so in your arms is saying it for you.
Oh, yes. And literally these guys are my mouthpieces on so many occasions. And as Joe Biden mentioned, we had some fun with the Swiftgate files during the Super Bowl because of that whole conspiracy. And if you're watching and you don't know about Swiftgate, basically, just to break it down, it was this conspiracy that the Super Bowl was fixed, the Democrats were doing it, blah, blah, blah. We had some fun with that, and then I have some fun with May. I have some fun with all of them. And yeah, I'm more liberal, all right? But here's the thing. Ventriloquism gives me a way to roast everybody because everybody's a little ridiculous.
When you look at it all sides, this side, that side, everything, things are so nutty these days. So it's great. We need more humor and to lighten up a little bit and have fun with one another and just enjoy. And do you find it hard to be a comedian? And do you have to sort of, edit and not say or not to? Has your act had to change, as some folks in comedy have said they've had to alter things and they don't even know what's funny and what doesn't pass as funny? Or is that
here's the
rough?
Thing. Some of my jokes I've grown out of over time, where there's a difference between punching down and there's a difference, like punching down denotes a lack of talent and creativity in my experience more than anything. And a lot of green folks will punch down. So I've eliminated some of those jokes from my act, but I make fun of everybody. And here's the thing, no matter what you do in comedy, somebody's always going to be mad at you. And so my whole thing is, I actually got a hate note. I was doing a show the other night, and a woman came to my show and wrote me just a hate screed that I was tacky, that I was this, that I was that. She didn't like my act. And
was she a cashier at Kroger's?
Probably. Anyway, she heard that I wasn't a nice person, blah, blah. So you know what I said? I said, listen, thank you for sharing. Tell your friends to buy a ticket. That's what you do with those folks. You're not going to make everybody happy. And sometimes people just want to tell you that they hate your show, just talk to you. I don't know. One time I was doing a show in Long Island. Okay. This kid comes up to me afterwards. I'm sitting at the bar and he's a doofus. He was so weird. One of the weirdest people I've ever met in my life. And that says a lot because I've met a lot of weird people and I'm the one talking to puppets on your show.
A real dummy, huh?
Yeah, a real dummy. So he comes up to me and he goes, listen, I didn't think you were funny. And I said, okay. And I'm 23 years old. It's been a rough night, and it was a rough night for comics. And I said, thank you. And he goes, do you want to hear why I didn't think you were funny? I said, not really.
Not really. Start the car.
Yeah, really, thank you. He goes, well, your act sucks. I said, thank you. And so then he goes, fuck you. Sorry.
You're just quoting. Those are in quotes.
Yeah, those are in quotes. He goes, F you. And so I walked away. And so anyway, he reaches out to me on social media and writes me a novel about what a bad person I am, about how marginally attractive but not really attractive, how I could be more attractive if I did this with my act. And then I block him. So then he's mad that I block him. And he ends up
The wonderful world of the
reaching out.
internet and social media.
Yeah, reaching out
Yeah.
to somebody else because he has more ideas on how I can improve my act. And I'm like, okay, let's talk. Before we talk about improving my act, let's talk about how he can improve his psych meds.
Right. Yeah. I think he has to up his meds.
Yeah, we got to improve those meds, something a lot stronger. Yeah. But that's comedy, you know, and you get people that
Have you had to
you know,
create, have you had to develop a thick skin as a result? Meaning when you're first starting out, here you're talking about 23, in anything in life, when you're first starting out, anything that anybody says, you can take to heart, and it can cause people to give up on their dream, give up on their pursuits, stop right dead in the tracks because one guy says something outlandish and totally pathetic and ridiculous, or somebody that has ample amount of time or doesn't understand it, doesn't know what they're talking about, doesn't know all the blood, sweat, and tears, sacrifice, what goes into these things. Somebody that's just bored, somebody that's jealous, envious, whatever the case may be. Just, you know, there's a mouthpiece there. And when you're first starting out, you know, oftentimes you're kind of like, you take it to heart. And a lot of people give up on their dreams. They don't share their talent because of the first few comments like that. Have you had to develop a, you know, just fluff it off, turn it back as a joke way to have that armor so you can continue and not take, you know, everything to heart? Because people can say the darndest
people are
things.
terrible.
They can be
People
really
can be very
tough and
abusive.
hurtful and don't even realize that the person they're saying it about, whether it's online or whatever it is a human being that has feelings and a life.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Maybe they
And
have tragedy going on in their life. People don't even know.
Well, here's the thing.
What's
I was
happening.
bullied a lot coming up. I was bullied a lot.
Were
And
you?
I'm just going to say that. I was bullied a lot. And, you know, because I was a woman, I was young, you know, I was bullied by guys that, you know, thought that I was just there to sleep with them. That was my only purpose. I wasn't there to tell jokes. I was there to sleep with them. And I was there to sleep with them. And yeah, I just got a weird notification on my phone. And
Another one.
and I'm plugging it into a different power source as I
think that's what it is.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a cool
'cause, you know,
chair.
I
We
gotta
got
get all the
another guest chair. We got this whole thing, April, where we've seen so many of our guests' chairs because they have to get up to plug their phone in or let the dog out. Pat Boone had to run off.
Yeah.
Pat Boone had to run off
God.
because they had to pick the dog up at the kennel before the kennel closed. So we were in the middle of a conversation and he had to go. You know, a friend, family member, whoever was with him said, "We got to go now because the dog's going to be kept overnight." So they had to, you know, see ya and zoom out. Now you see us,
I'm
right?
back now. Sorry. Yes, I see you.
No, it was
Anyway.
cool. We saw your chair. We have a whole bevy of guest chairs that we've seen. They have to get up to grab the Oscar or, you know, put the kid to bed or whatever.
But I'll say this. I was bullied a lot coming up by guys that thought I was there just to sleep with them, or male comics that were jealous because, quite frankly, I was smarter than they were. And, you know, and it didn't take a lot to be smarter than some of these guys, trust me. But like the shoes on my feet were smarter, and my dummies, they call them dummies, but they were smarter than these guys. Then I was bullied by women comics. There's one, and I won't say her name because she's not important, but she was older than me, and she was jealous that I was starting young, and she had wasted her life with a guy that didn't like her, and she'd had kids with him. And she was like, "You have all the time in the world, and you're not ready." What freaked her out is that I was going to pass her up. And so I was bullied by people like that. I was bullied by a lot of people that didn't like ventriloquists. I was bullied a lot. But here's the thing. I always kept my eyes on the prize. And what I could always do was put my nose to the grindstone. And I could do the work. And I was willing to do things that other people were not. And I was willing to do the work that other people were not. And even the people that don't like me will not dispute my work ethic. So anyway, long story short, a lot of those people thankfully are no longer doing comedy, and I am. So I outlasted the competition because I'm just stubborn like that. But I prefer not to focus on the people that bullied me, but the people that were good to me, and there were a lot of them. There were people that gave me food when I had none. There were people who gave me a place to sleep when I was tired. There were people who gave me rides to gigs. There were people who made sure I got home safe. There were people who made sure I focused when I wasn't focusing. There were people that were in my corner, and I had a lot of good people in my corner. And while it's easy to focus on the people that weren't good to me, I choose to focus on the people that were, because I could talk all day about the people that weren't good to me, but I like to talk about the people that were good to me. I like to
Best
keep
way
my
to
eyes on
be.
the prize.
So again, that's just an example of what you've had to do. You didn't just show up in a red dress, have a dummy made, and say, "Here I am." It's been a lot of time and toil and sacrifice and blood and sweat and tears and heartache and happiness and up moments, down moments to put this all together and keep going at it, right?
Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing. Maybe I didn't get what I wanted when I wanted it a lot of times, and thank God I didn't, because I wouldn't be where I am today if I did. If I would have gotten what I wanted, I wouldn't have the things I have now.
Correct.
And I wouldn't be the woman I am today. And so, but here's the other thing. If I could go back in time and give young April 2 pieces of advice, it would be: one, when you're upset, stay the hell off the internet. And
Yes.
two,
A lot of people their internet should be unplugged, and a lot of people, their driver's licenses need to be revoked.
yes, a lot of things.
The way they drive
Yeah,
today.
Oh, yeah.
You go out on the
Absolutely.
highway and it's like not even fun anymore. Yeah.
It's not even fun. But the second piece of advice I would give would be nothing can happen before it's time, and there's no substitution for the work. Pay your dues and shut up, because you either pay your dues now up front or you pay them later with interest. And I remember listening to the Pat Boone interview, and this is really a marathon, not a sprint. He was saying, I stayed in college because he saw people that had hits trying to just make a living at a bar. Like just because they had a hit didn't mean they couldn't stop hustling, Like, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that was a fascinating interview. And thank you for doing that for us, Jim.
The pleasure is all mine. You probably will also, if you go back, we have, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes that are archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, with all these incredible friends and guests. You'll probably also enjoy the episodes with Rita Rudner, the comedian.
Oh, I love her. Naked beneath my clothes. I grew up on that.
Yeah, and with Paula Poundstone too, who was also with us on the show, and several other Jeff Altman, several other comedians and comediennes who have come through, well known and up and coming. What are some things that you would like to do going forward with all of this? You're very talented. You're very funny.
Thank you.
You roll with the punches. You're witty. What would you like to do going forward?
Going forward, oh my gosh, I would like to continue to develop April in Vegas and continue to interview more people, and maybe get as good as Jim Masters, because you're an excellent interviewer. I would like to do more with my puppets. I would like to do television specials, like Pat Boone did specials. I would like to do that. I would like to develop a series based on I Came, I Saw, I Sang. I'd like to write more books about ventriloquism. And I'd like to use my platform to educate young people about HIV and AIDS prevention. I'd like to, domestic violence prevention, safety, self-worth, all that crap. But I would also like to take over the world.
Wait, all of that in that order, or it's subject to change?
Subject to change, but I would like to do a lot. Like I said, I'm a Libra. I'm a bouncy ball.
You are. So am I.
Wait, when's your birthday?
So we're all about. That's why you had Biden time and Trump on, because it's all about balance and harmony, equal time for all. Not saying anything specific. You're just bringing the humor out there and picking at the idiosyncrasies of life and the craziness. Libra, yes, I was born in September, so I'm on the cusp, I've been told, of Virgo, like Virgo rising. Virgo ends around, I think, the 22nd or something of September 23rd, and forward is Libra. And I'm very, I'm really in tune with it. I do feel
Wait,
balance.
what day in September? What day in September?
24th.
I'm the 26th.
One of my best friends is the 26th. Yeah, and then my brother-in-law is the 28th, and my nephew and godson is October 3rd. We're all Libras.
Son of a gun. I'm a Libra. My mom's a Libra. I have a cousin that was a Libra. I had an uncle that's a Libra. Another uncle that's a Libra. Libras tend to come in packs.
Yes. Well, we sort of carry the weight of the world, too, because we're trying to keep everything balanced, harmonious. We loathe injustice. We tend to be prophetic and sympathetic to people and things, and some charismatic, very creative people generally. But it is that balance. We really have this desire to bring things together, bring people together, ideas together, and sort of balance it out. And that's not so easy because the world is a very unbalanced place.
Oh, and it totally is. When I was doing The Lady and President Trump in New York, it was my show about the 2016 election. I was doing the show at Don't Tell Mama, and a Trumper didn't like it, and he called the venue threatening to blow it up. And here's the thing. In The Lady and President Trump, I make fun of everybody. And so then, of course, he didn't like it, but then some other person who was further to the left, and I consider myself a middle of the road, they were further to the left than I was. They wrote me a note telling me that my show was problematic, that I was problematic. And I'm like, okay, so I've made everybody unhappy. Maybe I'll unite the world that way. I don't know.
Even that way that word is used is very sort of, I don't know, condescending and arrogant. Problematic.
Yeah, like
that's like when somebody says,
somebody say that, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like when somebody says, well, if it works for you. I'm like, excuse me.
God.
Well, if it works for me,
it
does work for me. That's why I'm doing it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Our dear mutual friend, man of all smiles, our dear friend Chris Corman is here, and he's been commenting. We've been showing some comments. Carla's watching in Brazil. Carla says, Libra is amazing. Both of you, Jim and April. Wow, she's watching, and she's been falling off her chair with laughter in Brazil. And we've got viewers, and we've been sprinkling a few on. But Chris said hello to both of us. He says, hey, April and Jim, it's Chris Corman, my dear friend, your dear friend, son of the legendary, humorous, incredible actor and comedian, the late Harvey Korman. Chris is a big supporter of our show and our series, but also a dear, dear friend. And he's here, and he loves what we do. He loves what you do, and loves to bring it together as well. So we say hello. April and I say hello to you, Chris, from the East Coast and from Vegas there. He's a good egg, isn't he?
Very good egg. And if you haven't read it, check out his book, OMG, It's Harvey Korman's Son. You'll get a kick out of it. If you're a Carol Burnett fan, you'll love it. If you're a Blazing Saddles fan, and if you love and great stories, Chris is a great guy, and Harvey was a class act on stage and off, from what he said. So I say check out the book if you haven't.
Absolutely. And your book as well. Again, who's the book for? Is it for anybody, or specifically people that want to learn about ventriloquism? Don't read my lips.
It's for everybody, specifically people that want to learn about ventriloquism, that want a career in show business, or are curious about show business, because I talk, not only about the fundamentals of ventriloquism, but if you want a career in showbiz, this is what you should do.
Right.
And this is why, like Pat Boone stayed in school, is I would tell anybody, stay in school. Do not drop out of college to do this, because just because you're hot today doesn't mean you're going to be hot tomorrow. And I'm going to quote Pat Boone's interview again. He said, he saw people that had a hit, and then suddenly they're just struggling to make a living. So it's always good just to be a complete person. And also, I talk to people about what they need to get started in the industry, what this is, what that is. I give them a glossary of terms. I can't tell you everything, or you won't buy
Yeah, that's right.
book.
That's
So
just a little teaser, just a little sprinkle. Want to let you know you can also go to April Brucker. I know you're gonna folks are gonna say, Jim, why you're saying Brucker? It's spelled Brucker, but it is Brucker because people in the beginning didn't know how to pronounce your name. There's April Brucker, but you spell it BRUCKER.TV. But there's a story behind it, right? Some folks, when they would announce you, whatever, they couldn't say the name.
no, they couldn't say my name. And so they would struggle to say my name. Actually getting to be kind of, tedious and pathetic. So I said to them, I said, Brooker, and I had to phonetically do it. And so finally I said, Brooker rhymes with hooker. They're like, oh.
And then suddenly they get it, huh?
Fellas? Yeah, then suddenly they get it. I'm like, fellas, is that all it took?
Fellas, right. It's the fellas that got it. That is amazing.
Yeah, the fellas got it right away. Some of the women were like, you really have to be that crass. That's problematic. And so I'm like, okay, here I go. I can't make anybody happy. I'm a Libra. Now I'm making everybody mad. Balance, folks. Balance. Like they talk about.
Well, that's one of the things, right? With the balance, you want to please everybody, but then you realize over time you don't have to, and you shouldn't have to, and don't kill yourself. And you won't. That's the thing that is probably the hardest thing to learn, is that you won't. No matter how hard you try and all the different ways you try to approach something, you're just not going to please everybody. And sometimes it's because they don't understand, they don't take the time, they're not interested in whatever's going on. So you just make sure you please you and those around you. And if other people, out there in the sphere get it and enjoy it and appreciate it and support it, the rest takes care of itself, and it's golden. You can't always please even God doesn't please everybody. You just can't.
As a matter of fact, God makes a lot of people mad sometimes.
Right.
God, why didn't you give me what I wanted? Well, I had to give the kids Somalia food,
Right. There's even people that didn't like Mother Teresa. So, it's just the way it works.
I met somebody that didn't like Mother Teresa. Like he was ripping into her. And I'm like, have you ever met her? And he's like, no, but she blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it's Mother Teresa, dude. Give it a break.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, come on, are you willing to take care of lepers? No. But apparently, he found fault with Mother Teresa.
There's one in every crowd, as they say. There's one in every crowd. And I'm so glad that you have been a part of our show. This has been fantastic. We've kind of like with some of our other guests, we chatted for almost 2 hours, and it never feels like it, right?
When you're having fun. Yeah, time flies.
I try to make it warm and easy, conversational, as I tell, the guests. And I've done a lot of scripted things, teleprompter over the years, but I love live from my years of live television, live radio, live stage. There's something, even Pat Boone was saying he loves live. Live is cool, because anything can happen and everything's going, and you're, a lot of people, they pre-record stuff, even things like this, they'll pre-record it. And, that works well, but, I've done broadcasting for all these years. So I just like the live and the challenge of it. I know sometimes things can go wrong. The Wi-Fi can go out, or you can fall off the chair, or a light can burn out. Anything can happen, but there's something about it that's cool. And, you're on stage, you are there, you're, doing your thing with the puppets and everything else, and trying to make people smile and take their thoughts away from the chaos of the day. And it's a beautiful thing you're doing. And it's all free flowing and fun here at the Jim Master Show. And this was cool. And thanks for bringing the puppets, along. Was there anybody else there that wanted to say something, or are they sleeping and resting?
Well, Dwayne wants to bring you out with a song.
Oh, that's right. Dwayne wants to, I love it. They remind me of floats from the Thanksgiving parade. He's back on stage. He did a mic drop moment, and now he's back. Dwayne Newton is live on the Jim Masters Show with April Brucker, not Brucker, Brucker. And she's here.
I'm going to bring you out with a song.
What's the title of the song, Dwayne?
The title of the song is Jim Masters is a special show, and he's a very exciting host. And the Jim Masters Show should have you sitting on top of the world. It's a very exciting host and a very exciting show. That's why Jim Masters TV, you should subscribe. And you'll be sitting on top of the, sitting on top of the, sitting on top of the world.
Dwayne, it looks like you're sitting on top of the world right now. Dwayne is sitting on top of the world right now.
Yes, I am, because I'm on the Jim Masters Show. And I'm my
Yes,
famous
you are.
cousin watching. I'm the Newton. I'm the most famous Newton next to Fig, or other cousin.
and Sir Isaac and George Burns
Yeah.
here with you too. So I mean, what incredible celebrity talent we have on the Jim Masters Show with Dwayne Newton and April Brucker and Jim Masters and George Burns. This is like, not a triple threat, a quadruple threat of excitement.
That's right. And I'm a famous Newton, and I didn't even have to get hit in the head with an apple. Now, Jim, I got to
Yes.
get back to work at Kroger's. 50% off tortillas. What's going on? Now, I got to go, but 50% off on tortillas.
50%. Ask for Dwayne. There he goes, down and below. He always exits with a tumble salt. You know what I like? You have it so strategically done to make sure that when he exits, you don't hear a thump on the floor.
Nope.
We didn't want to scare the kids.
Yeah.
Dwayne Newton. There he goes. Tumble salt, thump. What's one of the craziest moments what's one of the craziest moments with working with, it takes time to learn this. What's one of the craziest moments in working with the puppets? Do you ever have one like get stuck or break or slip off the hand or anything crazy funny happen?
I've had a lot of crazy stuff. May almost got stabbed while we were doing a street show. We were doing a show in Brooklyn, and she was talking to the passersby, and she was doing her Valley Girl gold digger shtick, and this guy wasn't feeling it, and he started chasing us, and he told us that he had a knife, and I legit thought that he was going to kill me. And then fast forward, we're in Vegas, and we're doing a show, and I actually have two in Vegas that were pretty crazy. And during one show, this guy was really drunk, and he was telling the MC that he lost his virginity to his fifth grade teacher. This was like a crazy night. So at the end of our set, when we do a live show, Mae Wilson and I sing Mr. Sandman, because we've done this salty comedy routine. So she finishes, and we're doing our bow, and he screams, "Oh my gosh, the puppet can sing!" And then May and I were doing this same show, and this is a different night in Las Vegas, and we have a joke about Craigslist in the act, and and all of a sudden this woman starts screaming, my family was killed by the Craigslist killer. And so she starts screaming at May, and May says to her, well, they killed the wrong family member. They should have gotten you, because she was just being obnoxious. And so that's how you shut down a heckler. And so the security's like, you got to go. And she's like, Mama, they're like, me, you're fighting with a puppet. You got to leave the showroom. So she leaves the showroom, demands a refund. And so the head usher goes, wait a minute, you got a refund because you were fighting with a puppet? She goes, yes. And so she walks out. So yeah, I've had a lot of crazy stuff happen. My life's just crazy.
And you love it, right? You love it. Keeps things interesting. You couldn't see yourself just at a desk job,
And that's the funny thing, is that I've tried to quit ventriloquism and comedy a few times because, it's not an easy life. And I thought, well, I want a life with security. I want stability. I want this. I want that. Or, when things have been hard. But this always has a way of reeling me back in. So I always like to say that I didn't choose this. This chose me. So
That's right, exactly. Your mom and folks back home in Pittsburgh and everywhere must be proud.
I hope so. Yeah. My mom, she was always begging me to, she just wants what's best for me. I hope my mom's proud. That would be great if she was. So, that's my number one goal, is to make my mom proud. So if you're watching, Mom, I love you.
What's her first name?
Annie.
Annie. Hey, Annie. Nice to see you. And Annie's now a lovely on the show. Do you get back east at all?
When time allows, from time to time, I do.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to get back east more, because I have two baby nieces, Peaches and Puddin', that I adore. So.
Oh, that's cool.
The one is 2. The other is 5. The 5-year-old is a character. She's like my mini me. She loves makeup just like I do. And the 2-year-old is a little Bond villain. He's always stealing her stuff and running around, and she's like a baby Bond villain.
She's like a baby.
And I love them both, and I just want to see them grow up,
That's it, I tell you. April, this was awesome. Really appreciate all the time and the laughs and having those extra special celebrity guests joining us and singing and doing comedy and telling us some inspirational words as well. It was nice to have George Burns pop in as well. And we're going to keep the porch light on for you. As I say to everybody, you are welcome back to the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show Series. Anytime you want, you can pop back in and catch us up on all you're doing. And I wish you lots of luck. And people, of course, can go to aprilbrucker.tv, her website, learn about all the other cool things, and of course social media, and get the book on Amazon and everywhere. And this was a treat, and I hope the show met whatever expectations you had and you enjoyed the time with me as much as I definitely have, and I know our viewers have with you as well.
Thank you so much.
April and company.
Thank you so much, and have a good night, everybody. Check me out at aprilbrucker.tv. Holler at your girl.
You had a good time?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
You're welcome. You be well, okay? High five.
High five.
April from Las Vegas. Thanks so much. You be well. Take care.
Be well. Thank you.
Bye-bye. The big hand coming in. Cool, huh? April Brucker here on the show. That was cool. That was fun. And we appreciate her being with us. We appreciate you being with us as well. Yeah, comedienne, one of America's foremost female ventriloquists, actress, author as well, coming to us live from Vegas with her wit and wisdom and humor, some inspiration thrown in there as well, and all those surprise guest stars coming in. She's very talented, funny. She rolls with the punches, and it was really cool. And then, we got a chance to dig in a little deep as far as her story, how she got started, and also, how it's not easy doing these things. Tough stuff, not always the easiest career to have picked, like she said. And she even said she has thought about walking away from comedy and ventriloquism, but she still does it, and she does it well. And it's amazing, all these lifelike characters. What you saw is just a few of the many, 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 many puppets characters she works with, which I think is fantastic. Very cool. Nice to see our mutual friend Chris Corman, Harvey Corman's son, Harvey from Cabaret Show and everywhere else, joining us, and all of you joining us as well. Hey, if you did enjoy it, interact with us. We would love it if you gave our episode and all the episodes you enjoy, because it really helps our channel and our show continue to soar, continue to grow, and continue to reach a lot of people. A lot of people say, what can we do to help continue growing things with our series? Give the episodes a thumbs up like. There's a thumbs up icon on all the episodes. You see a little thumbs up icon. Click that. Share this episode on your social media. Let other folks watch it. Tell them about our series. YouTube.com/Jim Masters TV. That is the YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. Doesn't cost anything. And leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Even if you did it in the chat room, we would love it. And it really, really helps us, because the way the algorithm works, and it's all technology, when they see likes and comments and subscribing and comments on the YouTube channel underneath the episode, more people get to see these shows, these episodes, and all these extraordinary guests coming in from all different backgrounds. Every day, every episode is something unique, different, and special. And that's the kind of way that I like to do the show because, you know, we get a chance to reach a lot of different people and talk about a lot of different things and have a good time together, which is what it's all about. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. I am your host, Jim Masters. Thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, we have really extraordinary additional guests who are joining us tomorrow. For those watching live, again, we archive this episode so you can see it again in the JMS archives. Tomorrow, join us at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. in the UK and Ireland. We are celebrating a milestone, the 20th anniversary of Celtic Woman, the beloved Irish all-female music ensemble. I've known them for 20 years, interviewed them on PBS television nationwide in America ever since they came to America on tour. And we are going to be celebrating special guests. Ms. O'Mahony is going to be with us tomorrow, one of the newest members of Celtic Woman. That's going to be really special. Then look at this. Two television favorites. Anson Williams, who was Patsy Weber on Happy Days, and Carolyn Hennessy, the extraordinary actress who stars on General Hospital on ABC and has been in a lot of TV series and shows. They are both with us tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, live. And at the same time, this is really cool because Happy Days is celebrating 50 years. Yeah, the 50th anniversary of the sitcom Happy Days. And we've had Marion Ross, who played Mrs. Cunningham on our show. We've had Donnie Most, who played, of course, Ralph Malph. He's been a couple of times on our show. You can see those episodes in the archives. And Carolyn Hennessy, General Hospital, celebrating 60th anniversary. All of that is tomorrow. It's going to be really, really amazing. And a lot of other incredible guests. And next week, we have the son of iconic singer Ben E. King. You know, Save the Last Dance for Me, Stand By Me, all of those Ben E. King legendary hits. Well, his son is going to be with us, who is an extraordinary singer, songwriter, and musician as well, and producer, paying homage to his dad, the legendary music icon Ben E. King. He is with us next week. Again, for those of you who are watching live, Ben E. King is one of the most revered. We lost him just a few years ago. One of the most revered icons in music. All those great songs. And his son is going to be on our show celebrating his dad and music and cool things he's working on as well. Also, real quick, Anne Margaret, the legendary Anne Margaret, was on our show recently. We did a tribute to Dick Van Dyke's 98th birthday. If you didn't see that, check that out as well. And so many great episodes, hundreds and hundreds of them with great guests. April, we thank her, and we thank all the cast of characters who joined her. And gang, we always thank you. I always make sure we thank our faithful viewers who have been with us here on the show. This is cool. And May was with us. May was with us earlier, Chris. I know you're asking if May was with us, and you guys are fantastic with all these great comments. Thanks, everybody, for being with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up, like, give us a smile. We'll always give you a smile back, and we appreciate you being with us here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Love you all. Take care. Be well. Love one another. Take care of one another. And stop by Liberty Hall. Come see us again for more surprises, celebrity guests and friends, inspiring conversation, and lots of cool things right here on JMS. Be well. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.